Warning: the video you are about to watch may contain language and scenarios of a highly adult nature and is therefore not recommended for children 17 and under. Viewer discretion is advised. You have interviews? Dad asks Anna. Yes, for 2 internships at 2 publishers. Tomorrow. What's she going to tell me this? I'm here with her for 2 minutes and I'm finding out details of her life that I should know. I wish her the best of luck, Carrick says to her with a kind smile. Dinner is ready, Grace calls from across the room. I let the others exit the room but grab Anna's elbow before she can follow. When were you going to tell me you were leaving? My temper is rapidly unraveling. I'm not leaving. I'm going to see my mother, and I was only thinking about it. Anna dismisses me as if I'm a child. What about our arrangement? We don't have an arrangement yet. But I lead us through the living room door and into the hallway. This conversation is not over, I warn as we enter the dining room. Mom has gone all out. Best Chinel? What the fuck is wrong with me? Mom has gone all out. Mom has gone all out. Best china, best crystal. For Anna's and Kavanaugh's benefit, I hold out a chair for Anna and sit down and take a seat beside her. Mia beams at us both from across the table. Where did you meet Anna? Mia asks. She interviewed me for the WSU student newspaper. Which Kate edits, Anna interjects. I want to be a journalist, Kate tells Mia. My father offers Anna some wine while Mia and Kate discuss journalism. Kavanaugh has an internship at the Seattle Times, no doubt set up for her by her father. From the corner of my eye, I notice that Anna's studying me. What? I ask. Please don't be mad at me, she says so low that only I can hear her. I'm not mad at you, I lie. Her eyes narrow and it's obvious she doesn't believe me. Yes, I am mad at you, I confess, and now I feel like I'm overreacting. I close my eyes. Get a grip, Gray. Palm twitchingly mad, she whispers. What are you two whispering about? Kavanaugh interrupts. Good God, is she always like this? So intrusive? How the hell does Elliot put up with her? I glower at her, and she has the sense to back off. Just about my trip to Georgia, Anna says, with sweetness and charm. Kate smirks. How was Jose when you went to the bar with him on Friday? She asks with a brash look in my direction. What the fuck is this? Anna tenses suddenly beside me. He was fine, she says quietly. Palm twitchingly mad, I whisper to her, especially now. So she went to a bar with the guy who was trying to ram his tongue down her throat the last time I saw him. And she'd already agreed to be mine, sneaking off to a bar with another man, and without my permission. She deserves to be punished. Around me, dinner is being served. I've agreed not to go too hard on her. Maybe I should use a flogger. Or maybe I should administer a straightforward spanking. Harder than the last one. Here. Tonight. Yes, that has possibilities. Anna's looking down at her fingers. Kate, Elliot, and Mia are in the conversation about French cooking, and Dad returns to the table. Where's he been? Call for you, darling. It's the hospital, he says to Grace. Please start, everyone, Mom says, passing a plate of food to Anna. Smells good. Anna licks her lips, and the action resonates in my groin. She must be starving. Good. That's something. Mom has surpassed herself. Chorizo, scallops, peppers, nice, and I realize that I, too, am hungry. That can't be helping my mood, but I brighten watching Anna eat. Grace returns, looking worried. Everything okay? Dad asks as we all look up at her. Another measles case, Grace sighs heavily. Oh no, Dad says. Yes, a child. The 4th case this month. If only people would get the kids vaccinated. Grace shakes her head. I'm so glad our children never went through that. They never caught anything worse than chicken pox, thank goodness. Poor Elliot. We all look at Elliot, who stops eating mid-chew, mouth stuffed full, bovine. He's uncomfortable being the center of attention. Kavanaugh gives Grace a questioning look. Christian and Mia were lucky, Grace explains. They got it so mildly, only a spot to show between them. Oh, give it a rest, Mom. So, did you catch the Mariners game, Dad? Elliot's clearly keen to move the conversation on, as am I. I can't believe they beat the Yankees, Carrick says. Did you watch the game, Hotshot? Elliot asks me. No, but I read the sports column. The M's are going places. 9 games won out of the last 11. Gives me hope. Elliot sounds excited. They're certainly having a better season than 2010, I add. Gutierrez in center field was awesome. That catch, wow. Elliot throws his arms up. Kavanaugh fawns over him like a lovesick fool. How are you settling into your new apartment, dear? Grace asks Anna. We've only been there one night, and I still have to unpack, but I love that it's so central, and a short walk to Pike Place and near the water. Oh, so you're close to Christian then, Grace remarks. Mom's helper starts to clear the table. I still can't remember her name. She's Swiss, or Austrian, or something. And she doesn't stop simpering and batting eyelashes at me. Have you been to Paris, Anna? Mia asks. No, but I'd love to go. We honeymooned in Paris, Mom says. She and Dad exchange a look across the table, which, frankly, I'd prefer not to see. They obviously had a good time. It's a beautiful city, in spite of the Parisians. Christian, you should take Anna to Paris, Mia exclaims. I think Anna would prefer London. I respond to my sister's ridiculous suggestion. Placing my hand on Anna's knee, I explore her thigh at a leisurely pace, her dress riding up as my fingers follow. I want to touch her, stroke her where her panties should be. As my cock rouses in anticipation, I suppress a groan and shuffle in my seat. She jerks away from me as if to cross her legs, and I close my hand around her thigh. Don't you dare. Anna takes a sip of wine, not taking her eyes off my mother's housekeeper who is serving our entrees. So, what's wrong with the Parisians? Didn't they take to your winsome ways? Elliot teases Mia. No, they didn't. And Monsieur Flaubert, the ogre that I was working for, he's such a domineering tyrant. Anna chokes on her wine. Anastasia, are you okay? I ask and release her thigh. She nods, her cheeks red, and I pat her back and gently caress her neck. Domineering tyrant, am I? The thought amuses me. Mia shoots me a look of approval at my public display of affection. Mom has cooked her signature dish, beef Wellington, a recipe she picked up in London. I have to say, it ranks close to yesterday's buttermilk fried chicken. In spite of her choking episode, Anna tucks into her meal, and it's so good to see her. She's probably hungry after our energetic afternoon. I take a sip of my wine as I contemplate other ways to make her hungry. Mia and Kavanaugh are discussing the relative merits of St. Bart's versus Barbados, where the Kavanaugh family will be staying. Remember Elliot and the jellyfish? Mia's eyes shine with mirth as she looks from Elliot to me. I chuckle. Screaming like a girl? Yeah. Hey, that could have been a Portuguese man-o-war. I hate jellyfish. They ruin everything. Elliot is emphatic. Mia and Kate burst into giggles, nodding in agreement. Anna is eating heartily and listening to the banter. Everyone else has calmed down and my family is being less weird. Why am I so tense? This happens every day all across the country. Families gathering to enjoy good food and each other's company. Am I tense because I have Anna here? Am I worried that they won't like her or that she won't like them? Or is it because she's fucking off to Georgia tomorrow and I knew nothing about it? It's confusing. Mia takes center stage as usual. Her tales of French life and French cooking are entertaining. Oh, Mom, les pâtisseries sont simples. I wasn't expecting the French. Sorry, guys. Sont simplement fabuleuses les tartes de pommes de Flaubert is incroyable. She says, Mia, chérie, tu parles français, I interrupt her. Nos parlons anglais ici? Eh bien, et l'exception bien sûr de Elliot, il parle idiot. Coramante. I know I butchered the hell out of that. Sorry, guys. Mia throws her head back with a bellowing laugh. It's impossible not to join her. But by the end of dinner, the tension is really wearing me down. I want to be alone with my girl. I've only so much tolerance for her inane chatter, even if it's with my family, and I've reached my limit. I peer down at Anna and reach over and tug her chin. Don't bite your lip. I want to do that. I also have to establish a few ground rules. We need to discuss her impromptu trip to Georgia and going out for drinks with men who are infatuated with her. I put my hand on Anna's knee again. I need to touch her. Besides, she should accept my touch whenever I want to touch her. I gauge her reaction as my fingers travel up her thigh toward her panty-free zone, teasing her skin. Her breath catches and she squeezes her thighs together, blocking my fingers, stopping me. That's it. I have to excuse us from the dinner table. Shall I give you a tour of the grounds? I ask Anna, and I don't give her a chance to answer. Her eyes are luminous and serious as she places her hands in mine. Excuse me, she says to Carrick as I lead her out of the dining room. In the kitchen, me and Mom are clearing up. I'm going to show Anastasia the backyard, I announced to my mother, pretending to be cheerful. Outside, my mood plunges south as my anger surfaces. Panties, the photographer, Georgia. We cross the terrace and climb the steps to the lawn. Anna pauses for a moment to admire the view. Yeah, Seattle, lights, moon, water. I continue across the vast lawn toward my parents' boathouse. Stop, please, she pleads. I do, and I glare at her. My heels, I need to take my shoes off. Don't bother, I growl and lift her quickly off over my shoulder. She squeals in surprise. Hell. I smack her ass, hard. Keep your voice down, I snap, and stride across the lawn. Where are we going? She wails as she bounces on my shoulders. Boathouse. Why? I need to be alone with you. What for? Because I'm going to spank and then fuck you. Why? She whines. You know why, I snap. I thought you were an in-the-moment guy. Anastasia, I'm in the moment. Trust me. Throwing open the boathouse door, I step inside and switch on the light. As the fluorescents ping to life, I head upstairs to the snug? There, I flip another switch and halogens illuminate the room. I slide Anna down my body, glorying in the feel of her, and I set her on her feet. Her hair is dark and untamed, her eyes shining in the glow of the lights, and I know she's not wearing her panties. I want her, now. Please don't hit me, she whispers. I don't understand. I stare down at her blankly. I don't want you to spank me. Not here, not now. Please don't. But I gape at her, paralyzed. That's why we're here. She lifts her hand, and for a moment I don't know what she's going to do. The darkness stirs and twists around my throat, threatening to choke me if she touches me. But she places her fingers on my cheek and gently skims them down to my chin. The darkness melts into oblivion, and I close my eyes, feeling her gentle fingertips on me. With her other hand, she ruffles my hair, running her fingers through it. I moan, and I don't know if it's from fear or longing. I'm breathless, standing on a precipice. When I open my eyes, she steps forward so her body is flush against mine. She fists both hands in my hair and tugs gently, raising her lips to mine. And I'm watching her do this, like a bystander, not present in my body. I'm a spectator. Our lips touch, and I close my eyes as she forces her tongue into my mouth. And it's the sound of my groan that breaks the spell she's cast. Anna. I wrap my arms around her, kissing her back, releasing 2 hours of anxiety and tension into our kiss. My tongue possessing her, reconnecting with her. My hands grip her hair and I savor her taste, her tongue. her frame against mine as my body ignites like gasoline. Fuck. When I pull away, we're both dragging air into our lungs, her hands clutching my arms. I'm confused. I wanted to spank her, but she said no, like she did at the dinner table. What are you doing to me, I ask. Kissing you. You said no. What? She's bewildered. Or maybe she'd forgotten what happened. At the dinner table, with your legs. But we were at your parents' dining table. No one's ever said no to me before. And it's so hot. And different. I slide my hand around her backside and jolt her against me, trying to regain control. You're mad and turned on because I said no? Her voice is throaty. I'm mad because you never mentioned Georgia to me. I'm mad because you went drinking with a guy who tried to seduce you when you were drunk, and who left you when you were ill and with an almost complete stranger. What kind of a friend does that? And I'm mad and aroused because you closed your legs on me. And you're not wearing panties. My fingers inch her dress up her legs. I want you, and I want you now. And if you're not going to let me spank you, which you deserve, I'm going to fuck you on the couch, this minute, quickly, for my pleasure, not yours. Holding her against me, I see that she's panting as I slip my hand through her pubic hair and slide my middle finger inside her. I hear a low, sexy hum of appreciation in her throat. She's so ready. This is mine. All mine. Do you understand? I slip my fingers in and out of her, holding her as her lips part with shock and desire. Yes, yours, she whispers. Yes, mine, and I won't let you forget it, Anna. I push her down onto the couch, unzip my fly and lie down on top of her, pinning her beneath me. Hands on your head, I growl through my clenched teeth. I kneel up and spread my knees, forcing her legs wider. From the inside pocket of my jacket, I take out a condom, then discard my jacket on the floor. With my eyes on hers, I open the packet and roll it down my eager dick. Anna places her hands on her head, watching me, her eyes glinting with need. As I crawl over her, she's squirming beneath me, her hips rising to tease me and greet me. We don't have long. This will be quick and it's for me, not you. Do you understand? Don't come or I will spank you, I order. Focusing on her dazed wide eyes, with a swift, hard move, I bury myself inside her. She calls out in a welcome, familiar cry of pleasure. I hold her down so she can't move and I start to fuck her, consuming her. But greedily she tilts her pelvis, meeting me thrust for thrust, spurring me on. Oh, Anna, yes, baby. She gives it back to me, matching my fervent pace over and over. Oh, the feel of her, and I'm lost. In her, in this, in her scent, and I don't know if it's because I'm mad or tense or... Yes! I come quickly, losing all reason as I explode inside her. I still, filling her, owning her, reminding her that she's mine. Fuck. That was... I pull out of her and kneel up. Don't touch yourself. My voice is hoarse and breathless. I want you frustrated. That's what you do to me by not talking to me, by denying me what's mine. She nods, sprawled out beneath me, her dress bunched up around her waist so I can see she's wide and wet and wanting, and looking every bit the goddess that she is. I stand up, removing the wretched condom, and nod at the dress, picking up my jacket from the floor. I take a deep breath. I'm calmer now. Much calmer. Fuck, that was good. We'd better get back to the house. She sits up, staring at me with dark, inscrutable eyes. Lord, she's lovely. Here, you may put these on. From my jacket pocket, I fish out her lacy panties and pass them to her. I think she's trying not to laugh. Yeah, game, set, and match to you, Miss Steele. Christian! Mia yells from the floor below. Shit! Just in time. Christ, she can be really irritating. But that's my little sister. Alarmed, I glance at Anna as she slips on her underwear. She scowls at me as she stands to straighten her dress and fixes her hair with her fingers. Up here, Mia, I call. Oh, Miss Steele, I feel better for that, but I still want to spank you. I don't believe I deserve it, Mr. Gray, especially after tolerating your unprovoked attack. She is crisp and formal. Unprovoked? You kissed me. It was a it was attack as the best form of defense. Defense against what? You and your twitchy palm. She's trying to suppress a smile. Mia's high heels rattle up the stairs. But it was tolerable, I ask. Anna smirks. Barely. Oh, there you are, Mia exclaims, beaming at the two of us. 2 minutes earlier, and this could have been really awkward. I was showing Anastasia around, holding out my hand to Anna as she takes it. I want to kiss her knuckles, but I settle for a soft squeeze. Kate and Elliot are about to leave. Can you believe those two? They can't keep their hands off each other. Mia wrinkles her nose in distaste. What have you been doing up here? Showing Anastasia my rowing trophies. With my free hand, I wave toward the faux precious metal statuettes from my sculling days at Harvard, arranged on shelves at the end of the room. Let's go say goodbye to Kate and Elliot. Mia turns to go, and I let Anna precede me, but before we get to the stairs, I smack her behind. She smothers her yelp. I will do it again, Anastasia, and soon. I whisper at her ear, and folding her into my arms, I kiss her hair. We walk hand in hand across the lawn, back to the house while Mia gabbles at us. It's a beautiful evening. It's been a beautiful day. I'm glad Anna's met my family. Why haven't I done this before? Because I've never wanted to. I squeeze Anna's hand as she gives me a shy look and an oh-so-sweet smile. In my other hand, I hold her shoes, and at the stone steps I bend down to fasten each of her sandals in turn. There, I announce when I'm done. Why, thank you, Mr. Gray, she says. The pleasure is, and was, all mine. I'm well aware of that, sir, she teases. Oh, you two are so sweet, Mia coos as we head into the kitchen. Anna gives me a sideways look. Back in the hallway, Kavanaugh and Elliot are about to leave. Anna hugs Kate, but then pulls her aside to have a heated private conversation. What the hell is that about? Elliot takes Kavanaugh's arm, and my parents wave them off as they climb in Elliot's pickup. We should go too. You have interviews tomorrow. We have to drive her back to her new apartment. It's nearly 11. We never thought he'd find anyone, to be a gushes as she hugs Anna hard. Oh, for fuck's sake. Take care of yourself, Anna, dear, Grace says, smiling warmly at my girl. I pull Anna to my side. Let's not frighten away or spoil her with too much affection. Christian, stop teasing. Grace chastises me in her usual manner. Mom, I give her a quick peck. Thank you for inviting Anna. It's been a revelation. Anna says goodbye to my dad, and we head to the Audi, where Taylor waits, holding the rear passenger doors open for him. Well, it seems my family likes you too, I observe when I've joined Anna in the back. Her eyes reflect the light from my parents' porch, but I can't tell what she's thinking. Shadows shroud her face as Taylor drives smoothly out onto the road. I catch her staring at me under the flicker of street lamps. She's anxious. Something's wrong. What? I ask. She's quiet at first, and when she speaks, there's an emptiness in her voice. I think that you felt trapped into bringing me to meet your parents. If Elliot hadn't asked Kate, you'd never asked me. Damn, she doesn't understand. It was a first for me. I was nervous. Surely she knows by now that if I didn't want her here, she wouldn't be here. As we pass from light to shadow under the street lamp, she looks distant and upset. Gray, this will not do. Anastasia, I'm delighted that you've met my parents. Why are you so filled with self-doubt? It never ceases to amaze me. You're such a strong, self-contained young woman, but you have such negative thoughts about yourself. If I hadn't wanted you to meet them, you wouldn't be here. Is that how you were feeling the whole time that you were here? I shake my head, reaching for her hand and give it another reassuring squeeze. She glances nervously at Taylor. Don't worry about Taylor. Talk to me. Yes, I thought that, she says quietly. And another thing, I only mentioned Georgia to Kate. Georgia because Kate was talking about Barbados. I haven't made up my mind. Do you want to go and see your mother? Yes, My anxiety surfaces. Does she want out? If she goes to Georgia, her mother might persuade her to find someone more suitable. Someone who, like her mother, believes in romance. I have an idea. She's met my folks. I've met Ray. Perhaps I should meet her mother, the incurable romantic charmer. Can I come with you? I ask, knowing that she'll say no. Um, I don't think that's a good idea, she answers, surprised by my question. Why not? I was hoping for a break from all this intensity to try to think things through. Shit. She does want to leave me. I'm too intense? She laughs. That's putting it mildly. Damn, I love making her laugh. Even if it is at my expense, and I'm relieved she's kept her sense of humor. Perhaps she doesn't want to leave me after all. Are you laughing at me, Miss Steele? I tease. I wouldn't dare, Mr. Gray. I think you dare, and I think you do laugh at me, frequently. You are quite funny. Funny? Oh, yes. She's making fun of me. It's novel. Funny peculiar or funny ha-ha? Oh, a lot of one and some of the other. Which way more? I'll leave you to figure that out. I sigh. I'm not sure if I could figure anything out around you. My tone is dry. What do you need to think about in Georgia? Us? Fuck. You said you'd try, I gently remind her. I know. Are you having second thoughts? Possibly. It's worse than I feared. Why? She stares at me in silence. Why, Anastasia? I persist. She shrugs, her mouth turned down, and I hope she'll find her hand in mine reassuring. Talk to me. I don't want to lose you. This last week has been the best of my life. I still want more, she breathes. Oh no, not this again. What does she need me to say? I know. I'll try, I clasp her chin. For you, Anastasia, I will try. I'm just taking you to meet my parents, for heaven's sake. Suddenly she unbuckles her seatbelt, and before I know, she's scrambled into my lap. What the hell? I sit immobile as her arms slip around my head and her lips find mine and coax a kiss from me before the darkness has a chance to stir. My hands slide up her back until I'm cradling her head and returning her passion, exploring her sweet, sweet mouth, trying to find answers. Her unexpected affection is utterly disarming and new and confusing. I thought she wanted to leave, and now she's in my lap and turning me on again? I never... Don't go, Anna. Stay with me tonight. If you go away, I won't see you all week. Please, I whisper. Yes, she murmurs. And I'll try too. I'll sign your contract. Oh, baby. Sign after Georgia. Think about it. Think about it hard. I want her to do this willingly. I don't want to force this on her. Well, part of me doesn't. The rational part. I will, she says, and nestles against me. This woman has me tied up in knots. Ironic, Gray. And I want to laugh because I'm relieved and happy, but I hold her, breathing in her redolent and comforting scent. You really should wear your seatbelt. I scold, but I don't want her to move. She stays wrapped in my embrace, her body slowly relaxing against mine. The darkness inside me is quiet, contained, and I'm confused by my wearing emotions. What do I want out of her? What do I need out of her? This is not how we should be progressing, but I like her in my arms. I like cradling her like this. I kiss her hair and lean back and enjoy the ride into Seattle. Taylor stops outside the entrance to Escala. We're home, I whisper to Anna, and I'm reluctant to release her, but I lift her onto her seat. Taylor opens the door and she joins me at the entrance to her building. A shiver runs through her. Why don't you have a jacket? I ask as I slip mine off and drape it over her shoulders. It's in my new car, she says, yawning. Tired, Miss Steele? Yes, Mr. Gray. I've been prevailed upon in ways I never thought possible today. Well, if you're really unlucky, I may prevail upon you some more, if I get lucky. She leans against the wall of the elevator as we travel up to the penthouse. Under my jacket, she looks slim and small and sexy, If she wasn't wearing her underwear, I could take her in here. I reach up and free her lip from her teeth. One day I will fuck you in this elevator, Anastasia, but right now you're tired, so I think we should just stick to a bed. I bend down and gently take her bottom lip in my teeth. Her breath catches as she returns the gesture with her teeth and my upper lip. I feel it in my groin. I want to take her to bed and lose myself in her. After our conversation in the car, I just want to be sure she's mine. When we exit the elevator, I offer her a drink, but she declines. Good. Let's go to bed. She looks surprised. You're going to settle for plain old vanilla? Nothing plain or old about vanilla. It's a very intriguing flavor. Since when? Since last Saturday. Why, were you hoping for something more exotic? Oh no, I've had enough exotic for one day. Sure? We cater for all tastes here. At least 31 flavors. I give her a lascivious look. I've noticed, she raises one fine eyebrow. Come on, Miss Steele. You have a big day tomorrow. Sooner you're in bed, sooner you'll be fucked, and sooner you can sleep. Mr. Gray, you are a born romantic. Miss Steele, you have a smart mouth, and I may have to subdue it some way. Come. Yeah, I can think of one way. Closing the door of my bedroom, I feel lighter than I did in the car. She's still here, hands in the air. Hands in the air, I order, and she does, as she's told. I grip the hem of her dress, and in one smooth move, pull it up over her body to reveal the beautiful woman beneath. Ta-da! I'm a magician. Anna giggles and gives me a round of applause. I bow, enjoying the game, before placing her dress on my chair. And for your next trick? She asks, eyes glittering. Oh, my dear Miss Steele, get into my bed and I'll show you. Do you think that for once I should play hard to get? She teases, tilting her head to one side so her hair tumbles over her shoulder. A new game. This is interesting. Well, the door is closed. Not sure how you're going to avoid me. I think it's a done deal. But I'm a good negotiator, she says, her voice soft and determined. So am I. Okay, what's going on here? Is she reluctant? Too tired? What? Don't you want to fuck? I ask, confused. No, she whispers. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. She swallows, then says in a small voice, I want you to make love to me. I stare at her, bemused. What exactly does she mean? Make love? We do. We have. It's just another term for fucking. She studies me, her expression grave. Hell, is this her idea of more? All the hearts and flowers shit? Is that what she means? We're just talking semantics, surely. This is semantics. Anna, what does she want from me? I thought we did. I want to touch you. Fuck. No. I step back as the darkness closes around my ribs. Please, she whispers. No, no. Haven't I made it clear? I can't bear to be touched. I can't. Ever. Oh no, Miss Steele. You've had enough concessions from me this evening. And I'm saying no. No? She queries. No. But for a moment I want to send her home. Or upstairs. Anywhere away from me. Not here. Don't touch me. She's watching me warily, and I think about the fact that she's leaving tomorrow and I won't see her for a while. I sigh. I don't have the energy for this. Look, you're tired. I'm tired. Let's just go to bed. So touching is a hard limit for you? Yes, this is old news. I can't keep the exasperation out of my voice. Please tell me why. I don't want to go there. This is not a conversation I want to have. Ever. Oh, Anastasia, please, just drop it for now. Her face falls. It's important to me, she says, a hesitant plea in her voice. Fuck this, I mutter to myself. With a chest of drawers, I pull out a t-shirt and throw it to her. Put that on and get into bed. Why am I even letting her sleep with me? But it's a rhetorical question. Deep down, I know the answer. It's because I sleep better with her. She's my dream catcher. She keeps my nightmares at bay. She turns away from me and removes her bra. It slips on the t-shirt. What did I say to her in the playroom this afternoon? She shouldn't hide her body from me. I need the bathroom, she says. Now you're asking permission? No. Anastasia, you know where the bathroom is. Today, at this point in our strange arrangement, you don't need my permission to use it. I unbutton my shirt and slip it off as she dashes past me out of the bedroom as I try to contain my temper. It's gotten into her. One evening at my parents' as she's expecting serenades and sunsets and fucking walks in the rain. It's not what I'm about. I've told her this. I don't do romance. I sigh heavily as I remove my pants. But she wants more. She wants all that romantic shit. Fuck. In my closet, I throw my pants into the laundry basket and pull on my PJ bottoms, and then wander back into my bedroom. This isn't going to work, Gray. But I want it to work. I should let her go. No, I can make this work. Somehow. The radio alarm reads 11:46. Time for bed. I check my phone for any urgent emails. There's nothing. I give the bathroom door a brisk knock. Come in, Anna garbles. She's brushing her teeth, literally foaming at the mouth with my toothbrush. She spits into the sink as I stand beside her, and we stare at each other in the mirror. Her eyes are bright with mischief and humor. She rinses off the toothbrush, and without a word hands it to me. I put it in my mouth, and she looks pleased with herself. And just like that, all the tension from our previous exchange evaporates. Do feel free to borrow my toothbrush, I say sardonically. Thank you, sir. She beams, and for a moment I think she's going to curtsy, but she leaves the room and leaves me to brush my teeth. When I re-enter the bedroom, she's stretched out under the covers. She should be stretched out under me. You know, this is not how I saw tonight planned out. I sound sullen. Imagine if I said to you that you couldn't touch me, she says, as argumentative as ever. She's not going to let this go. I sit down on the bed. Anastasia, I've told you. 50 Shades. I had a rough start in life. You don't want that shit in your head. Why would you? No one should have this shit in their head. Because I want to know you better. You know me well enough. How can you say that? She sits up and kneels facing me, earnest and eager. Anna, let it go for fuck's sake. You're rolling your eyes, she says. Last time I did that, I ended up over your knee. Oh, I'd like to put you there again. Right now. Her face brightens. Tell me and you can. What? You heard me. You're bargaining with me? My voice betrays my disbelief. She nods. Negotiating. I frown. It doesn't work that way, Anastasia. Okay, tell me and I'll roll my eyes at you. I laugh. Now she's being ridiculous, and cute in my t-shirt. Her face shines with longing. Always so keen and eager for information, I marvel. And a thought occurs to me. I could spank her. I've wanted to since dinner, but I could make it fun. I get off the bed. Don't go away, I warn, and leave the room. From my study, I pick up the key to the playroom and head upstairs. In the playroom chest, I retrieve the toys I want and contemplate lube as well. On reflection, and judging from recent experience, I don't think Anna will need any. She's sitting on the bed when I get back, her expression bright with curiosity. When's your first interview tomorrow, I ask. 2? Excellent. No early morning. Good. Get off the bed. Stand over here. I point to a spot in front of me. Anna scrambles off the bed with no hesitation, eager as ever. She's waiting. Trust me? She nods and I hold up my hand, revealing 2 silver Kegel balls. She frowns and looks up from the balls. To me. These are new. I'm going to put these inside you, and then I'm going to spank you. Not for punishment, but for your pleasure. And mine. And apparently that little exchange happened right at 11:59, because here we are, ending this chapter. So, yeah. Reading through at this point in their history, especially from Christian's point of view, he really can come off sometimes as a total asshole, one that's completely self-absorbed and demanding. And there's a very good reason for that. At this point, he is all of those things 110%. Because as much as the 50 Shades books was a story of coming of age story for Anna, moving from innocent and not knowing what to expect to becoming the powerhouse that she is by the end, this is a story for him as well, of him coming out of that cold shell and learning that his heart does in fact work. And I love watching her melt his icy heart as this goes on. And it's great. And this was a very long and sexy chapter, I can tell you that, because you don't have to have me tell you that. You know, you were there. Alright, so stay tuned for next time. So until then, I'm Couch Potato Mike, reminding you guys that in the end, we're all stories. Let's just make I flubbed my own outro. I'm out of practice. Let's just make them good ones. Bye-bye.